Okay, Math 2 4.4, standard form given a vertex and a point. So this is going to build off of a lot of what we did in 3.3, except we're not grabbing the vertex from a graph, we're given the vertex. So let's start off by trying to fill in what we could into vertex form. So we know vertex form is y equals a x minus h squared plus k. So here's my h, here's my k. I want to fill in what I can. Y equals a x minus 9 squared minus 3. All right, so we're almost there. We just have to use this point to get our a. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in for x and y, and then we'll be able to find the a really easily. So 0 equals a, 8 minus 9 squared minus 3. 3 equals, that's going to be 1a. Oops. 1a. So, or we could just say a. So I could take this over here, and I could take this guy and say, well, y equals 3, x minus 9 squared. What are we, minus 3 at the end? Yeah, minus 3. Now, the last bit of this is that we have to actually put it in standard form, right? Because the directions say standard form. So that we just have to FOIL this out and get it all simplified. So we'll have y equals 3, and then we'll have some big parentheses, and I'll square this term. So it's going to be x squared minus 18x plus 81. So y equals 3x squared minus, I don't know, 18 times 3 times 3, 54x plus what is 81 times 3, 81 times 3, 243, and then minus 3. So we get y equals 3x squared minus 54x plus 240. There we are. So again, what we did was we started off on the left side here. We plugged in the vertex and we found our A. We got vertex form on the left, and then on the right, all we had to do was put it into standard form. All right, number 2. I'm going to plug my vertex directly in, so I'm going to get y equals a x plus 10 squared minus 8. So I'll plug in my point over there. So I'm going to have negative 12 equals a negative 12 plus 10 squared minus 8. Well, this is the same thing as negative 4 equals a, and this is going to be 2 squared. So this is negative 4 equals 4a, so a is negative 1. So I can take this guy up there along with this guy, and I get y equals negative x plus 10 squared minus 8. Oops. Right? Because with negative 1, we could just put a negative there if we wanted to. So next up we have y equals negative x squared plus 20x plus 100, and then minus 8 at the end. This is the same thing as y equals. I'm going to distribute my negative. I get negative x squared minus 20x minus 100 minus 8. So y equals negative x squared minus 20x minus 108. And there we are. Number 3. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but this where it says opens up or down, I don't even know why CUDA puts that in there. We don't need to really pay attention to that because it's a parabola, so obviously it opens up or down, right? What they're trying to put in there or at least what I think they're trying to say, is that it's not a root function. You know how root functions normally would go something like that. It would open to the right, or it could open to the left. I think that's what it's trying to say there, but it's not useful for us. So again, we get y equals a x plus 8 squared, and then plus 1 at the end. So I get negative 62 equals a negative 5 plus 8 squared plus 1. We'll make this a negative 63 equals, I think that's going to be a 9a. Yes, it is going to be a 9a. Divide by 9, and I believe this is going to be negative 7. So what we've got here is y equals negative 7, x plus 8 squared plus 1 at the end. So we get y equals negative 7, big parentheses, plus 1 at the end. So we get x squared, 16x, and 8 times 8, fall on the floor, pick it up, and it's 64. So y equals, I distribute my negative 7, negative 7x minus, I don't know, what is 16 times 7? 16 times 7 is 112, but it's a negative, so negative 112x, and 7 times 64, negative 448, and then plus 1 at the end. So last up, just combining that 448 and that 1, so we get y equals negative 7x minus 112x minus 447. All right, number 4, last one. We get y equals a x plus 7 squared plus 2. And I don't think I've said it in this video, but you got to make sure that that and that are opposite signs, right? It's the opposite of what you think it should be. So finding our a, look at that, we've got an ugly fraction. So we're going to have 5/3 equals negative 8. Whoa. That's not right. 5/3 equals a, there it is, negative 8 plus 7 squared plus 2. All right, whenever I subtract my 2 over, well, if I get common denominators, that would be a 6/3, right? So it would be negative 6/3, so I'm going to have negative 1/3 equals, well, negative 8 plus 7 is 1. 1 squared is just 1, so this is going to be a. So negative 1/3 is a. So y equals negative 1/3 x plus 7 squared plus 2. Now we just have to square it out and get our answer. So y equals negative 1/3, big parentheses, plus 2 at the end. This is going to be x squared plus 14x plus 49, not 9. 49. This is the same thing as negative 1/3 x squared minus 14/3 x minus 49/3 plus 2. Combining these guys, common denominators would be 3, so that'd be 6/3. So let me write the rest of it. Y equals negative 1/3 x minus 14/3 x. And then I know that negative 49 over 3 is bigger than 2, so I'm going to keep it negative. And then negative 49 over 3, and I add 6/3, that's going to be 43 over 3, negative 43 over 3. There we are.